Hello and welcome everyone. This is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com and I am really excited you're joining me today. Today we're going to be working on a tower card. So I don't know how it happens to all of you when you're making cards, but I would say like about 5 months ago, maybe even more, I saw a card on Facebook, right? And I'm like, oh my God, I want that card. Hi Magna, how are you? I am glad you're here. And but you know how Facebook feed goes, it just went, and I saw it, came and went, and I lost the picture. I don't know, I didn't know what it was. Well, the same card popped up on my Pinterest the other day, and I was, of course, I'm like, oh my God, I need to see this card in detail. So we are going to be making a tower card. It's always new to me. I always tell people it is just a funny thing because I started being a demonstrator like a little bit ago, and there's so many types of cards that I'm like discovering. I get all excited, but they've been around for a long time. So that's what we're doing today. I want to welcome you all. If this is your first time here, I do appreciate you coming by, and I do hope you like. Hey, Susie, how are you? I hope you liked today's video. And if you've been here before, like Miss Magna and Miss Susie, I really appreciate you guys being my crafting buddies. It just means a lot to me. So we are going to be working today with, I'm going to bring my trimmer. Let me move to the crafting table. There we are. Okay, let's move this tiny bit. So we're going to be working with these. Okay, there's no glare. The Sending Smiles. I don't know if you guys have this stamping set. Actually, I think that the dies are sold because, of course, I'm talking about this today. But I absolutely love this set. It's super useful. First of all, I really like bigger sentiments, and I love the fact that you can, kind of mix and match with all of these other sentiments. So it really multiplies the use of your stamp set, right? So we're going to be working with that and the butterfly kisses paper, designer series paper. I am not sure if you guys have seen it. We worked with it I think a couple of times. Is this the same? Oh, it's not the same. Very, very colorful and bright, and I just absolutely love it. It, to me, it just speaks about summer, right? Like, these are perfect colors for summer. You guys know that our designer series paper is double-sided, and this is the paper we're going to be using today. We are going to start with a piece of Starry Sky, and if I say Starry Night, you guys are allowed to laugh, but for some odd reason, that's what's stuck in my brain. I can't help it. Every time I have to like really think about saying Starry Sky. Okay, so this piece is 5.5 by 8.25. Okay, so it's a little bit short of a regular piece, and we're going to bring this in here and we're going to score. Let me move that one out of place. So we're going to score all the way along the 8.25 side. We're going to score at 1. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. We're going to score at 2. And we're going to score at 3. And now we're going to move all the way to 5.5, and you guys know 5.25. Sorry, you guys know I always have my cheat sheet there, which obviously I can't read because I'm seeing 4.25. I'm still seeing 5.5. It happens. Then we're going to move to 6.25, and 6.25 in Stampin' Up trimmer. I'm going to bring it up here. It's right there. It's harder to see because it's in that brownish part, but that's what it is. 6.25, and you guessed it, 7.25. So it's in 1-inch increments. Okay, this is not a complicated card. You'll see. Now we're going to move these to 1. I'm going to do it this way so it's easier. I'm going to move to 1, and we are going to cut between the score lines. So between the 3 and the 5, was 3 and 5? Between 1 and 3, and between 5 and a quarter and 7 and a quarter. Okay, so I have realized that sometimes it is harder for me to cut correctly, like when I'm doing this. So now I'm starting in the middle and moving all the way to there, to the top in this case, and to the bottom. And then we're going to move to, it moved. Let's see. There it is. We're going to move to the other area, between the score lines, and do the exact same thing. I'm doing this just so it's a little bit easier for you guys. When you have a shorter area like this, it's always much easier to start it in here, because then you're able to hold on to the paper. But I just wanted you guys to see exactly how I would roll one after the other, because that's what's easier for me. Then we're going to go to the 2-inch mark and do the exact same thing. And we're going to move. And I'm doing this as careful as I can, so I don't make a longer cut where it doesn't need to go. Finally, we're going to go to 3.5 and do the same thing. Cut between those 2 score lines. And the next one. And finally, 4.5. So we have 8 cuts all together. Okay, that's mainly our card. We are going to fold these, and these will fold. We're going to fold this valley, and these will fold mountain. So let me go ahead and use our bone folder to go ahead and get those score lines really well. I am, as you can tell, I am not scoring all together. The first time I did it, it kind of messed the cardstock, so now I'm more mindful. And we're going to do the same here. So we fold valley, and then this first one will fold like that, and we'll fold mountain. Okay, so this is pretty much the card. The next step is just to move the second of those, and I'm going to call them blocks because that's the first thing that comes to my brain. So the second and the fourth of those blocks. And we are going to score those here just as we have them. Okay, so that's the card, really. Super simple. Not a whole lot of cutting and calculating. It's really straightforward because this is in inch increments, and these are 2 in inch increments. This is the other one that is 1.5. As always, people, I will have all that information and all the measurements linked to the blog, so you guys can have access to that and you don't have to worry right now. As you guys know, if you've been here before, I kind of like put layers in everywhere. So that means that I'm going to put layers in all of these little squares. You can do you. Remember, if you rather just see the blue in there, that's wonderful. I just happen to like patterns and to like to see them, so that's what I do. You guys do you. I just don't want you to guys think, oh my god, this is an endless card, because there's so many little pieces to it. In the end, if you just decorate these 6 pieces, that's all you have to do. Okay, and the instructions will have that also mentioned, so you can kind of decide how you want to do it. I am going to bring, let me see where all my pieces are. Okay, let me move here. So we have, I'm going to decorate these 2 panels, so the end panels, and I want to use fresh freesia in this beautiful design from that paper, that Butterfly Kisses. I just love this combination. So the Fresh Freesia, which by the way is one of my favorite, and the Starry Sky is definitely one of my favorite. Like those two colors together, gorgeous. And by the way, if you want to work like in backgrounds, kind of like wintry backgrounds, oh my god, that combination is to die for. I'm gonna bring my very dilapidated Stampin' Up. Sometimes I'm like, oh, what happened to this poor soul? I guess it's being to battle. And we are going to put this. I'm gonna make this up here, making sure it's centered. You guys know I don't have very good eyesight, so this is what helps me the most to align these the best I can, and it's to put them horizontal. So we have one and we have the second one. And in this case, it really doesn't matter. We don't have to be mindful yet of the direction of our pattern, but it does have a pattern. So when we're putting it in the card, we'll need to be mindful of that. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue, not glue, put this too. I hate it when it gets rebellious for some reason. Every so often it just does not want to work with me. And going back to what I was saying, I'm going to put these horizontal, stretch it a little bit because that's what's easier, and go ahead and center that, and we're going to do the exact same thing here. I almost had the card cut in all of those pieces glued because it would be easier, but see, pay attention, Maria. This is the pattern. I have to put it in the right direction. And there we go. Okay, don't you think this combination is just gorgeous? I'm in love with it. So the next step is we are going to very, very fast, or as fast as I can, we're going to glue all these friends. It took a little bit of time to cut them all, just because, again, OCD. But these are going to go here. And same as before, what I was telling you, and I'm going to use glue in this case just to make it a little bit faster. These have a pattern, a direction in their pattern, so we have to be mindful of that. And I'm just going to go ahead and start here. And I'm going to go as fast as I can. If I make a mistake, please, guys, let me know, because I may not see it. I have realized, because you know, guys know that I always practice on some of the with other cards, and yeah, I was having a hard time gluing them all together. It was quite the thing. So, because they kind of move, I guess the glue moves, and yeah, it has happened in the past, but it was very dramatic when I was doing the other two cards. It was pretty funny. Partially, I think one of them was because it has gold. So of course that foil paper probably is slippery, or makes it a little slippery, but oh my goodness in heavens, I was going to okay, let me focus on doing this. Again, if you see that one moves, please let me know. I made the other one. The other tower card I made was, one is a Thanksgiving card using that one shouldn't go there, sorry. See, pay attention, Maria. It's using the Rustic Harvest. I love that set. I really, really do. And so that's the one I use the gold foil with, because I have found out that I love gold with the Mossy Meadow. It's just so beautiful. And I'll tell you why, guys. See, that moves, why I took that one off. So when I did the first card, I didn't put it on, and you'll see here that it flips a little bit. It kind of not as stable, so I created just a full piece to keep these in place. And we'll put that one in a second. I saw a huge variety of other cards or other options within the tower. So I saw people that would decorate, make the center and leave those. See, another mistake. Guys, you're supposed to tell me. And for that matter, this one too. Uh, aren't you always glad that there's glue? And the glue is so forgiving. Okay, I see that this is, let me move it a tiny bit. See, it moves a lot. Okay, so these two are going to go in here, and I'm just going to put some glue on it. And I'll show you here in a second when I show you the other one. I'm just aligning with that boo-boo I made. And all I did in this case was, and you know what, I don't, oh yes, I have it. Phew. All I did was getting this small little piece and aligning it the right way, Maria, hopefully. Aligning it here, figuring the eighth, and attaching it. And we're going to glue these to that, and that, believe it or not, is all you need to make this card a whole lot more stable. Let me put these tiny pieces out. So this is how it's going to be looking for now. Let's see. I have these, and I created these 4 pianos. These are so all these are 7/8. These are 7/8 by 7/8. These are 7/8 by 1 3/8. So this one is obviously an eighth smaller. I'm saying obviously because if you've been here before, you guys know that I love my eighths. So we have those two. We're going to put this in here, and we're going to let that glue dry completely. Okay, I'm not doing too bad. I was really scared that it was going to take me forever to glue this, all these little pieces. So what we're going to work now on a few things. The first thing is I'm going to bring a piece of paper here, and we are going to stamp this flower, which belongs to that. And we're going to use our Starry Night, Starry Sky. You guys can laugh. I told you guys that was going to happen. And see, sometimes it just does not go all the way. That's why I brought a bigger piece. Now that I think about it, I actually, let me go back in here. Sorry about that. I actually used the fresh freesia to create the first flower. And I do have it already cut because I don't want you guys to see me doing the embossing, right? But I wanted to show you because this is a 2-step stamp, which, by the way, I found out that I'm not really good at. I had a few tries on these. Do align as best as you can. I always have the glaring here, which kills me, but let me see. I'm seeing if my big head is in there. If you see it, ignore my big head. And there you go. It's a little bit separated. What I did is, of course, I tried a couple times, and you guys can be, I'm an OCD person. So sorry about that. The other one ended up doing a little better. Oh, look at that. That's why Maria can't talk and work. Oh, goodness in heavens. Anyways, you get the gist of it, right? It's a 2 stamp. You can leave it without it. I did, you know, at one point, I made another card a while ago, and I ended up just using, that one came out better, just using the blends to kind of correct my mistake. So there's always a possibility. to help yourself when you make tiny mistakes. And all I did was run it through the embossing machine. You guys know I love my dies. To me, it's just one of the most useful pieces or tools. So here is, I had also from that same set another one, the little leaves, and I just cut it. It's a little bit longer. I actually have the stamp set here so you guys can see it. It's much longer. I just cut it because we don't have a whole lot of space in our little area here. So we are going to glue, and this is the same paper. This is, let me see so I don't lie to you guys. This is 2 1/8 by 5 3/8. We're going to go ahead and build the fun part in here. Again, I don't know why it's so much easier if I have these horizontal. Maybe I don't know if it's my eyesight or if it's just, and we're going to use these, and we're going to center this as best as we can using those score lines as a guide. We don't have score lines here, so we'll have to use the ones in the middle. If you decide to use it this way, you can definitely change how this looks in many ways. This is going to go there, and what we're going to have is we are going to have, here it is, a square. This square is 3 by 3, and we're going to put it in here like so. And so the card is going to look like this. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have or have used the oh my goodness, the whole foam sheets. I love them to create thick, instead of using dimensionals, right, you just create your own huge dimensional, and I already did that ahead of time. But what you need to do in this case is you'll bring your paper, peel this out, put your paper here, and then you put your die cut and run it through the machine. It does not need you know, like when you have certain embossing folders or whatever that you have to move the plates, it's just use the regular plate. And we are going to take this off. By the way, this one is kind of a pain because it's so thin. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's super thin, and it's kind of malleable, but I love how it looks raised with the foam adhesive. And we, oops, see, it has one here. There you go. See how that it moves a lot. It's like I said, it's kind of malleable. So this is going to go in the middle just like so, and I am making sure that it all folds more or less in the same place. But look how cool is that. Now you have the whole word in there, and I think that that is wonderful. It has a dot, and of course, there it goes. This is not the dot. I was not able to save it. I think this belonged to the E, but I figured, hey, it works perfectly okay, so I'm all good with that option. We are going to bring a sentiment from Sending Smiles. I don't even know why I'm showing you like this because you can't read. And it just says a card to say hello. And I'm going to do this as centered as possible. I'm going to use the Staring Sky. I'm going to try this one here first, and that's why I love my grid paper, because I do, sometimes they just don't stamp as well. And I'm going to put my big head in front of your camera. I'm sorry about that, but it's the only way for me to kind of have it straight. Thank you for being understanding with that. I'm just cleaning my stamps. You guys know that if you clean your stamps, they're going to last forever. And this piece is going to go here. So we're going to use some dimensionals, of course. We all know Maria likes some dimensionals. And I'm going to put one in each. And I know that may be too many. No, they're fine. but I just want to make sure that it does not move and it stays where it needs to stay. And we're going to bring our take your pick. I do not have Lisa's ability. I love watching her doing that. It just seems so efficient, and I'm just never that efficient. But these are coming along fairly okay. This card will fit in a regular envelope, which I think it's awesome. So we're going to put this in here, centering as best as we can. And now I'm going to bring the other things that I have to decorate. I have another little flower too, somewhere in there. Haha. Okay, so I did with this, I want to give these, all of these butterflies, the idea that they're kind of flying. And so what I did is, let me move this. I'm trying to figure out which one I want. I think I want this one in here. We'll see. I'm gonna bring this one because I've folded a little bit. So fold each side. So we're making it look like this. And then using your bone folder, I just pushed up. So that way we have that look that it's popped up. Of course, it's going to be a little bit harder when it goes into the mail, but I think it will at least keep the idea of the fold. So I like this friend very much. She is very big. I am going to put this one in here, but if you guys realize, I'm going to need a piece of foam here to go with that. And to do that, I am going to use our foam strips. And I sure hope it fits. It looks like it's going to fit. So let's see. I want this like this. So the little, okay guys, help me out. How do you call this? So the little thingies, these little thingies, don't go up. Don't go over the card. And I think I don't need these much, so I'm going to cut a tiny bit of it. And we are going to put some glue on the other side. And that should do it. And I'm just making sure that this is inside and that that stays there. Of course, Maria, this will glue if you take off the backing. Usually that's how it works. Look at that. What a difference, huh? It actually glued. Okay. So there we go. So that's our first one. The other thing we are going to bring is the flower, and we're going to put that flower in there just like so. And this one will do more or less the same thing, right? We'll have to put some of that. I have another piece, yeah, of those strips. Thank you, Magna. I appreciate you guys helping me. What would I do without you guys? It's so funny. And we're going to put some glue in there. And before I put glue in here, I'm going to figure out where they are at, where I want these to go at. So I want, first of all, I want these to align with this border first. And there it goes. And we'll bring our flower and we're going to put it like so. And we're going to bring this one, and you guys can, I mean, you guys know I like a lot of stuff. I'm going to put that one there just for fun. That's still moving a lot, but let's use, oh, see what I was telling you guys? I was having a hard time centering that. It was quite the odyssey. And we still have 2 more of these that we can put whatever we want. I am thinking I want this one in here because there's like a pop and it will not be affected when we fold it. So I'm gonna just put some glue on these, and I'm gonna go all the way and get this in here, making sure it's straight and not over this area. There you go. And finally, look at that, guys. I actually made a video that is not 2 hours long. I am so proud of myself. And finally, I am hoping I find, I don't know if you guys remember this one. And I absolutely love this. And I am just not sure if it needs much more or if it's okay. I always like bling, but I have the feeling that this is okay as it is. What do you guys think? Do you guys like it? I think it's so super cute. These sweet, actually, I think it's called Butterfly Kisses. It actually, you can get the dies and they will cut the all those butterflies. I just did not get them. So if you're a butterfly fan, which I am, I just, couldn't buy it all. It happens. Susie, do you think we should put some of these flowers somewhere just to have fun, or is it full enough? I think it's full enough. I like bling so much that I, look into it, but so this is my first card for today. Thank you, ladies. Do you like it? Isn't it simple? And of course, it will fold like this and you will be able to put it like that. Now, let me show you the other two I made. So this is the, thanks, I was going to say Halloween. Well, that happens. This is the Thanksgiving one I made. I'm using last year's sentiments. I love those sentiments. I love this card, but this is what I was telling you. I don't know if you can tell how this is floppy. See, when you hold it all together, it still gets floppy in here. And so that's what I think. That's why I think this thing does a little bit better, because now this is not floppy. These two are completely straight. So I believe that, I mean, it's up to you, right? However you want it. I love this card. And I don't know if you guys have heard of it already, but Stampin' Up is actually going to created some extra dies for some of the stamp sets that we have that they did not have dies. They will be available on September 1st. Thank you, right? I think, see, this one is rebellious here. And to do this, let me show you. I used the dies. So one of them is the piggies. And look at all the dies that they are going to be selling. Again, November 1st. I love these pigs, right? Like, I can't tell you guys how much I enjoy them. And partially because I love to color. But I love the fact that they came up with some grass. That is awesome. They come up with this little wagon, which again I love. It has, of course, the pigs, but it has a little gift. It has even a little birdie. It has, this should be the bow for the gift. Again, I know I've mentioned that 100 times. I love the Stampin' Up is not skimpy when it comes to put dies. I don't even know what this is. I'll have to try to figure this out, guys, because I have no clue. Maybe like confetti? Maybe that could be. So super cute. This is like half of a fish. So maybe because he is there in the mud, and so you're gonna find a fish in there. I don't know. Okay, anyways, it has all sorts of beauties, and I absolutely love the fact that they just put so many dies in it. So totally worth it. If you don't have it, the set, then guess what? It's going to be bundled, so you're going to be able to save those 10%. And finally, of course, since celebration is almost over, I made a simpler card with, let me move this one in here, with the oh goodness, wonderful world. I forgot the name of it. You guys know that if you spend $100, you'll be able to get this one and the paper, which is really really beautiful and delicate. This one is using the Hope and Prayer. I love this set. And I like that it's religious. I know that not everybody is, but I love that. So I love this card. First of all, this was the first one that I did when I was trying to figure this out. Um, if I would have thought about it more, I would have done all the white in the starry sky. Not just didn't, but I think this is so super cute. So these are our three cards for today. I really love my Thanksgiving one. Like I said, I have a soft spot for the gold in the mossy meadow, same as the gold and the Cajun craze. I just love that one. So we have these two, just in case this is just cutouts, right? A fussy cut from the paper, from this paper. And I use just the smaller one, so obviously there's a very, very big, this one, zucchini, I hope, squash, and it was far too big, but like this, it really works really well. So those are our three cards today. What you guys think? Do you like them? I am glad you like them. Thank you, Magna. Yeah, I really love these rustic harvest. Oh my goodness. I always forget the name, but that rustic harvest is probably one of my favorite sweets. I love that it brings these cutouts, and you can make so many things. I already have a little hole, so you can even make some little garland um, to decorate for Thanksgiving. You can imagine, you just can't. You have two options, I think. You can emboss them in gold, and then they will be all goldy. That will be gorgeous. And or maybe you can do gold and copper, and if you have other embossing colors, Stampin' Up has just a few, but um, if you have other embossing colors, then that will look like gorgeous. And it would be nice to create a little stand to put the name tags. I don't know. Sounds fun, right? To make the table just look more elegant. I've not used them yet. I did use the set, the gems that come with it, and I really like. They're bigger than some of the ones we got, but I like their size too. Okay, I can't believe it's 38 minutes. I could chat for hours here. I can't believe how fast that went. I'm super excited. It had to happen that someday I was not going to last a whole hour. Super excited. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like a catalog, please send me an email to maria@mariascraftingcorner.com, and I will very, very happily, sorry, would send the free catalog to you. You guys know at this point in time we have three catalogs. We have the annual catalog, we have our uh, not holiday catalog, new mini catalog, and the celebration catalog. And I will be happy to send those to you. Celebration has 7 more days, 8 more days. It will be over on the 31st. So rush and get your stuff so you get some cute free products. On top of that, if you get your free product from Stampin' Up, you will also get a free product from me if you spend $50 or more before shipping and tax. At this point in time, my website is not completely updated. So just go ahead and get the stuff, and I will follow up with you on the gift. I am fairly good at do the following up. I have not had the chance in August to update my host code, so that's absolutely ridiculous. It's been crazy couple months, and I am just very thankful that things have stabilized and I am able to be more on top of those things. Just as always, everything will be ready probably in a couple of hours. We'll have the PDF tutorial that it's linked in my that it's in my blog, and you guys can go ahead and get all the measurements for this. The only difference between this one and this one is that it does not have this bigger piece of fresh freesia. And that piece measures 4 1/8 by 7 1/8. So by 7/8. Just kidding. So I think that's it. Man, I can't believe it's 41 minutes and I am done, guys. That's so exciting. I'm getting better at this. I sure hope so. Just as always, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. You know how much it helps us here in YouTube, especially to the newbies like me that don't have a lot of followers. And if you like the general content of the channel, do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get to know when I'm uploading videos and when I am live, which is every Tuesday. I do have a paper pumpkin kit alternative coming. Guys, this paper pumpkin kit is absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know if you know about the 3 that are coming, but we have Halloween boxes, treat boxes. That's the one for September. And then we have Christmas tags and Christmas and Christmas cards. And I think it's an absolutely great opportunity to buy your prepaid paper pumpkin kit, and you will get your celebration free product. So super nice. It's something to do if you're not a paper pumpkin fan because you don't want to create all those cards, then you go ahead and do that prepaid and then you're good. Anyways, it was so nice to hang out with you, Magna and Susie. I appreciate you guys being troopers and hanging out with me. And I do hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Let me actually, you know what? Let me move myself back so I can say properly goodbye. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I do hope you like the card we made today and the other alternatives. This is a great card to do for Christmas too. I think that this would look really cute in a Christmas card. I just don't want to only focus on Christmas cards because that has been my thing lately. I'm like, Christmas, I'm obsessed with Christmas. So thank you so much for being here. And again, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye.